All right, we're gonna pull the clutches off now on this 1998 Honda Foreman 450 ES model. And for the most part, ES model, the electric shift model, doesn't matter in reference to the parts that we're dealing with here. So we pulled this nut off here. It's an 1 1/16 socket, just regular thread. So turn it off counterclockwise, and then you just kind of tap these up. Now you can, there's a puller that goes on here that could pull this clutch here, this inner centrifugal clutch pack, or if you're able to get in behind it with just kind of pull with your fingers, you should be able to get it off there. And then we've got a one-way bearing here. You want to make sure that that is in good condition. Now this one-way bearing, it will only allow this clutch to spin one way. And so if you're getting it to spin both ways, or it's not spinning at all, or it's just not freed up, then you want to replace this one-way bearing here. Check this centrifugal clutch outer gear housing for major grooves. And then we've got your clutch pack here. This gear goes, this centrifugal clutch housing goes onto this gear, but you won't be able to pull that off until we get this primary clutch basket off. This is the clutch plate holder here. And it's just 4 10mm screws to get that off. And then we've got springs in here. We've got an 1 1/16 socket. And I like to hold this clutch really well, and if you're just using an impact like this, you're able to hold it. If you're using a stronger one, it'll be a bit of a challenge, but spin it off there, same thing, regular threads, and then you're able just to lift that pack off like that. Now what I like to do is put these springs and this holder back in right away. Then you're able to pull that clutch pack out and inspect the basket without pieces going everywhere. So put these in, you can just kind of get it a little snug. You don't have to tighten them up very far, but enough to put pressure on those springs to kind of hold everything in place there. And then you're able just to pull this clutch basket out like that, or the clutch steel plates there and the friction plates, and then set it right back down in there. So that's the clutch basket there. There's a spacer or a bushing there, and then we'll go ahead and pull this camshaft right here as well. We've got a cam chain tensioner right here. That's 2 10mm from the top. And then sometimes they stick. Just tap on it there, break that gasket free, and you can pull that out. And that tensioner is there. Take that Phillips screw out, and this will go up and down. You put that screw in there, it's spring loaded, it'll push this out. Put tension on this guide here if you can see that, and then put tension on this chain to keep it tight. If that cam chain tensioner fails, this won't get tightened up. That cam will lose its tension and jump teeth there. Here's your oil pump here. And we're going to pull this off because right here is another guide that's kind of held on by one of these, by a little, if you can see that here, a little pin is holding this guide into place in the oil pump. So just pull that oil pump off there. This guide then will slide out. That's the bottom guide there. And then this guide here that pushes against the chain will come out with 2 10mm in their holder there. Then we've got your cam chain there. It's loose now, and we'll go ahead and remove the sprocket. Sprocket's off there. This will give you enough free play to pull that chain off. And then we've got a cam holder here, just kind of holding this cam from sliding out. There's a 12 millimeter. That's holding that in. And then you're able to just take that camshaft and you'll have your buckets that want to fall down in there. From up here, what I do, you can either grab a magnet or sometimes they don't give you any fit. So there's your cam there. There's some debris down there from the piston that is not in good shape. And then those buckets there, you just kind of tap them out from the top, or they do come out going up. Put that sprocket back on the camshaft. We've got your shift mechanism here. We've got a 10 millimeter holding this shift drum, this outer plate on there. Here's your shift star, and this arm here is spring loaded. So it makes it a lot easier to pull that star off if you pull that arm, that spring loaded arm off. You got your shift star here. That pin will just go in one of those holes and seat properly. Got all the gears out there. We'll remove the rest of these 10 millimeter crankcase bolts and split this case. Might be. We've got one down here, clear on the front of the motor. We may have them all out now. Now what I do is I'll put some pressure in between these bolts here. Just kind of tap on the motor. A lot of times that'll break that seal free. Make sure we got all the bolts going out around there. One bolt can cause some big problems, and we do have one clear down in here. The crankcase wouldn't have come apart with that one in there. So now when we got that case, that seal broke free, we can take and kind of lift up. I like to try to keep all my gears on one side, if possible, just to kind of keep everything in order. So if you can get your fingers in behind there and kind of do some prying. Sometimes it won't allow you to keep all your gears on one side. But if for the most part you can get them all to stay on one side, then you know kind of where they go. Here's your shift drum here. We've got your shift forks right here. There's your shift drum, and this has got the star on there that I pulled off earlier. Here's your shift forks. We'll keep those in the same order. Got your output shafts here, and we've got your transmission here. closures there. Make sure that all your spacers are found. We've got an O-ring holding this one up from coming out all the way. We'll put that O-ring back on there. All right, and then on this other side here, we've got your crank balancer gear here. And this one looks like we're not gonna be able to pull that one off until we get that crankshaft out. Crankshaft, if you can use a rubber mallet or plastic mallet, and just tap it out. Sometimes those main bearings will come with it, sometimes they'll stay. But crank is out and balancer gear is out, and that is a split crankcase on a 1998 Honda Foreman 450. Thanks for watching.